Hey guys, welcome back to Languages with Ari, and today is a follow up to my previous video, which talked about my language learning fails, successes, and where I am currently. And in this video, I want to explain what I want to do in the future to really improve on each and every language that I'm following up. So, the major categories that I'll be focusing on will be speaking, reading, and writing. Speaking, reading, and writing. I think that for you to say that you're fluent in a language, you should be able to do those three. Because if you want to function in a society, not only do you need to be able to communicate, you also need to be able to write and also be able to read, even if it's just signs and stuff like that, or written information. To really say you're fluent, I think you should be able to do those three things, right? At efficient level. So I want to do specific things under each category each day that I have assigned to a language. So the way that I set up my language learning is that I have a notification on my phone that lets me know today is for Spanish, the following day is for Italian, and then the last day is for Chinese. The order might differ. I think actually it's Spanish, Chinese, and then Italian. I think I put Chinese in between Spanish and Italian because Spanish and Italian are so similar, and I don't want to kind of mix up the information in my head. I think that's how I arranged it. And it will just loop like the same order as the week goes on. So that's like my reminder. I also hear persons say that when you start the day with something, it's like the best way to get information into your brain because your mind is fresh and open to hearing the information. So I think the best thing to start off is with listening practice in the morning. And I feel like listening and speaking go hand in hand. I mean, technically, you could give listening a category to itself, but I think that being able to listen and comprehend is what helps you to speak and reply appropriately. So I kind of consider them as two skills that make one. And I guess what I can also do in the morning is to record like an audio note to myself in my target language. Or I can use one of my language learning apps as a guide in the speaking. So if they're introducing a new word or a new phrase, then I'll use that as my guide. And normally for Spanish, I use SpanishDictionary.com app or Anki. I think for listening and speaking, Anki will be the go-to because it gives you the sentence and you say it in Spanish, and in your mind you're thinking, what's the English translation? So I'll be miming the sentence as I hear it, and that will help with the speaking, working on the pronunciation and everything. And then the translating of that will also be great for like my comprehension. Then for the writing aspect, I want to go back into journaling. So this textbook here, not textbook, this is a writing book, is what I use for Spanish, writing Spanish. And it has notes from when I was in university doing intermediate level Spanish. So I'm gonna start writing in it again. It was mainly like for exercises and stuff like that. But what I want to do now is use it for whenever I'm learning grammar notes from SpanishDictionary.com lessons, or when I want to document words that I learned through a video, like say for instance streaming Spanish. I also aim to listen to at least a 30-minute to an hour worth of videos my original goal back then was like 2 hours, but I ain't gonna lie to you, that's kind of rough. It's kind of hard to do. So at the very least, I want to aim for 30 to 60 in the starting point, and then maybe I can work up to the 2 hours again. So that's that for the speaking, reading. Oh, I didn't talk about the reading. So I have this other app that I use called Bilingual app. I'll be using that to read, and the reading will help for building vocabulary. It also has an audio to it. The only thing with the Bilingual app is that I don't really get much like native reading from a human. I think a lot of it is AI generated, but the quality isn't like it's very robotic that I think it would mess up accent and stuff like that. So I still use it, and it introduces a lot of new words to me through reading. So that's Spanish. Let's go to Italian. So today I bought some books, guys, because I was like, I want to do the reading, writing, and speaking approach to all three of these, but I didn't have a book for Italian or Chinese. I used to have a book for Italian, but I lost that book a long time ago, and it's just not coming back, so I have to start from scratch. So today I got me this notebook. Wait, the light is too bright. Let me turn it down so y'all can see the book. It's so cute. It comes with a little pen. It has some bookmarks. It is adorable, honestly. So this is gonna be my Italian book. It's so cute. You just want to write in it, and I think that's what I'm looking for consistency. If the book says "Look at me, write in me," then I think that will make sure I actually do. So what I'll be writing, of course, is similar to Spanish. I'm gonna challenge myself to journal in the book my thoughts in Italian, as well as if I learn a new word, then I'll try to make a sentence with it in Italian, or wherever I heard the word from, I might just use that sentence and write in the book if it's something that I like to reuse in the future. In terms of listening, I think the best place that I've been finding videos that are interesting and is not too advanced for Italian is Easy Italian, a YouTube channel on YouTube, of course. Sometimes I also listen to videos by persons that are teachers of Italian, like they're Italian speakers that teach Italian. So that's like learning Lucrezia. I hope I'm saying it right, her name right. Also, you have Podcast Italiano. Those two channels I really like, and I tend to find their content engaging. I used to also listen to Willa Tom, and I really should revisit that for grammar. I think like I really liked his grammar type videos as well. So that's what I'll be doing for listening. And as I said, like I feel like your brain's the freshest in the morning, so I'm gonna try and get my listening in from the morning. The writing aspect will probably be in the night when I come back from work. And then in terms of like the speaking, I'll still take the same approach, try to vocalize like my thoughts in an audio note in the throughout the day. More than likely the morning might be the best time, and I'll still use the same app, Bilingual app, for my reading. The great thing about Bilingual app is that it allows you to translate whichever story that you have into whichever target language you would like to speak. I have the paid version of it, so I can easily switch between languages. So it's very useful in that regard. For Chinese, I got this book. Let me turn on the brightness so y'all can see the details. It's so cute. I just felt like when I saw this, I was like, I just love this. Me, I love gold. I love gold and yellow. And I was like, I don't know. To me, this feels like the perfect book for Chinese. Chinese is very much like an old language, with a rich history. So I'm just like, the goal just feels like it suits it. So I'm like, this gonna be my book for writing Chinese. I also ordered on Amazon some books for helping me with Hansi. So I bought 2 books for that purpose. One is specific to HSK 1 characters, and the other one is specific. It's not specific, sorry. It's just a blank book with the grid, so I can put words that are not from HSK that I'm learning each day. For the listening and speaking, I'll be using 3 apps. I'll be using Hello Chinese, Hello Chinese, Hello Chinese, Anki, and Do Chinese. Those 3 apps. So they offer. So with Hello Chinese, it offers like, it's kind of like Duolingo. You get lessons, you introduce you to new words, and like you have to listen and then answer that. You know how it works. It's like any typical language learning app, and it has some fun features. And I'm hearing it, I'm copying it, and it has like those options where you can speak into the mic, and they'll tell you if your pronunciation is correct. So that's where like the listening and speaking will be gotten from that app. For Anki, similar concept that I explained before, seeing the sentences, and these sentences, with Anki, the way I set it up for Mandarin, I have one for sentences and I have one for HSK 1 characters. Not gonna lie, the one for sentences that I got from online, I felt like it's a little bit too fast, the audio recording, and it also felt a little bit too complex for my level. But maybe I'm just dumbing myself down. Or maybe what I should do is just make sentences of my own and start from fresh. So it's like I'm revisiting sentences that I have made myself or I've seen in lessons. That way maybe I'll remember it easier. We're going to figure that out. We're going to figure it out. For the reading aspect, it's more do Chinese, DU Chinese, do Chinese. That app has the listening aspect in it too, but it's more so for reading, and it has great translations. I don't have the paid version of that yet, because I'm like, I'm still thinking about it. I already have bilingual app, but the problem with bilingual app is that it only gives the characters, and I'm not so familiar with the characters for that to be the most beneficial for me. I benefit more when I have like the characters and the pinyin right on top of it at this stage. So yeah, in terms of reading and listening, I prefer that app for Chinese. And then what I'll be writing in this here book will be probably mainly pinyin, because I feel like the grid book is much better for Chinese character for a person that's just learning to write. So yeah, as well as I'll be writing the grammar rules that I'll be learning through Hello Chinese. Now, some of y'all might be saying, grammar is not that important. You need to learn how to speak. I'm sorry. Chinese and English, the grammar structure is different enough that I actually have to understand what's the grammar to be able to make my own sentences, to like understand the patterns of why the words are ordered the way that they do. I'm not on the boat that y'all are on where like grammar is not important. I vehemently disagree. I don't understand the Chinese grammar, and I think that held me back a lot from being able to construct my own sentences. At this point, I don't understand the Chinese grammar, and I think that's holding me back from constructing spontaneous sentences. And there's nothing wrong with learning grammar. like you can always sentence mime and repeat and just like switch out words that you don't know. But if you want to be able to speak spontaneously, you have to understand like how sentences work and why it's ordered that way, and the meaning that's conveyed when you switch the order and change stuff, in my opinion. So guys, that's really the plan, and we're gonna see how we execute it. I don't know how frequently I'm gonna be uploading because this week is gonna be a rough week. I don't think I'll be doing any new videos after this one, but hopefully when I come back I will be able to show you what I've been doing in my notebooks and audio recordings, and we'll pick up from there.